There is so much bad news lately. All the violence adding up to too many mass shootings in the last few months. Is our society coming unraveled? How are we to respond to this dark season of bloodshed? And it only seems to be getting worse. And the reality is that anger is the choice of many people. We are angry at politicians. We are angry at our neighbors. We are angry at life. And we are angry at God. We become bitter and sour toward this world, toward one another. Fear is another option. Lock the doors and close the windows. Avoid every shadow and dark alley. But let me ask you this question. Do we want to be people of fear and anger? But what can we do then? The best known storm story in the Bible may provide for us some direction and some hope. We find that in John chapter 6, Apostle John says, "When evening came, the disciples went down to the lake, where they got into a boat and set off across the lake for Capernaum. But now it was dark, and Jesus had not yet joined them. A strong wind was blowing, and the waters grew rough." The reality is that the hearts of the followers of Jesus began to sink, just like their boat was about to as well. And I'm sure that in that moment, they were gripped with fear as they were searching the sky for a break in the clouds. I'm certain that they screamed their prayers for help, but they heard nothing. But then, the unimaginable happened. The Gospel of John records that they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water, and they were frightened. But he said to them, "It is I, don't be afraid." The literal translation of what Jesus said is, "I am, don't be afraid." I am is God's name. If God had a calling card, it would contain this imprint, I am. Ever since Moses saw the burning bush that refused to burn up, God has called himself I am. This is the title of steadiness and power. This is the title of sovereignty and being in control. When we wonder if God is coming, he answers with his name, I am. When we wonder if he is able, he declares, I am. When we see nothing but darkness, feel nothing but doubt, and wonder if God is near or even aware of what's going on in our life, the welcome answer from Jesus is this, I am. This is what I want to encourage us with. Let's pause and invite God to tell us his name. Did you know that our greatest need is his presence? Yes, we want this storm to pass. And yes, we want the winds to still. But more than anything, we want to know, we need to know, and we must know that the great I am is coming. This was exactly the experience of the disciples. The moment they invited Christ into their boat was the moment they reached their destination. The Gospel of John records the following verse. So they gladly took him aboard, and at once the boat reached the shore they were making for. So, this is what I say. Let's follow the example of the disciples. Welcome Jesus into the midst of this stormy time. Do not let the storm turn you inward. Let it turn you upward. Listen and see if you don't hear him say, I am with you in the storm.